Hello, I'm James Brooks of Robust Flow Operations. In the last video, I described the field of operations as digging deeper into the details of work happening in your company to see exactly how some metric like revenue per employee actually comes about so you can improve a metric like that. In this video, I'm going to introduce a simple tool for starting to understand your operations. It's called a process map. When the work's laid out visually, it's a lot easier to understand and also see flaws like bottlenecks. And the same tool can also be used to lay out a future vision for an improved way of getting the work done. This is a very simple process map for the sake of illustration. In the next video, I'll show a more complex real-world example. In this example for a landscaping company, the process map is what happens at a particular customer's house. It starts when the truck pulls up in front of the house and ends when the truck pulls away. Each task is shown as a block. In this case, the length of the block corresponds to the length of the time the task requires. That's one way to map, to illustrate the time required. Not all process maps do this. So we have one worker using the lawnmower, one using the edger, and one clipping bushes. In this simple example, a few things are clear straight away. Worker 2 is the bottleneck. Workers 1 and 3 are not busy the whole time. They finish their tasks first and have to wait. A few opportunities pop to mind immediately when I see the map. One is that in addition to having the task that takes the longest, edging the lawn, worker 2 is also the one to unload and load the truck. Why is this? Maybe he's the rookie and they make the rookie unload the truck? If we can change who does the loading and unloading, we can shorten how long the job takes at no additional expense. Another improvement we can imagine. We see that the mowing is done the quickest. If we're willing to buy a second edger, worker 1 can help with the edging as soon as he's done with the mower, and the whole job will be finished sooner. They can get to the next house quicker. The more houses they do in a day, the more revenue they bring in. So you could figure out how much your labor cost per house would go down if you purchase a second edger and compare that to the cost of buying the edger. So that's a simple process that happens while at one house, but it's not the only part of the operations you can map. You can also look at the whole day, starting from when the crews arrive at the yard in the morning and going until they go home at night. In this case, the first process map, what happens at one house, would be shown as just one block in this high-level process map. In fact, the tool I used for drawing this one, you can double-click on a task and see that task's underlying process nested within it. I've never worked with a landscaping company, but several operational questions were jumping to mind as I was thinking about it. Does the crew load up their equipment on the truck every morning, or does the truck stay loaded from the day before? Does the same equipment go on the same truck each day, or change based on the jobs planned? Does the same crew always work together, or do they put crews together first thing in the morning? Do they gas up all the equipment at the yard, or do they go to the gas station? Does the equipment need more gas during the day? Do they carry gas? These are all questions relevant to the full day process map, but out of scope for the work at one house process map. So as you're running efforts like this, it's key to respect the team. They're the ones who have the vast knowledge about the work. Most of the operational improvements that you're going to find will likely come through them. So it's important you frame this exercise, not as we're going to tell you how to do your job, but as we're going to use this approach together as a way of improving the work. Once a team gets it proficient at this, your role as management is to give the green light to good improvement ideas from the team and provide any investment needed, such as equipment or technology. So those are the basics behind process mapping and how it can lead to operational improvements. If the improvements are for the delivery of the service, like the landscaping crew servicing a house more quickly, your cost of goods sold go down. If the improvements are to a back office function, maybe the invoicing of customers by that landscaping company, your operating costs go down. Like JP showed in his video, even a minor improvement, like cost of goods sold going down 5% and operating costs going down 5%, when teamed with minor improvements on the sales side, can lead to the bottom line profit more than doubling. The process map we showed in this video was extremely simple. In the next video, I'll show a real-world process mapping from one of my clients, as well as a future state map that we created as we imagined how we could improve their operations.